welcome folks to a new series that I'm going to call Furlough Folies. That's right. I am actually on furlough for the week of 11 to 17 May and actually a week in June as well. One at ABB, the company I work for, has decided, due to the COVID-19 situation and the decrease in orders and customers pushing out jobs and everything, that all salary people in ABB will take 2 weeks of unpaid leave. I guess it's better than losing your job. Okay, so my week is this week, 11 to 17 May, and then I think 8 to something or other June, the first week in June. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get a bunch of stuff done. I'm not getting paid, so I'm going to come down here and work. So here's a list I made up. Just kind of walk through it. I think I'll just throw this up, and then maybe throughout the week we'll put up updates to see how we're doing against the list. So Furlough Folies for this week. Now the number one thing I want to get done is the scene over in Wallace, and I'll go over and I'll show you all this stuff real quick. I also found that I have 3 boxes of super trees, which I was unaware of. Well, they might do great to work behind Wallace, between Wallace and Lake City. So I'll show you that. 6 cars got to get finished with. They're done. I just had a hankering to do some more weathering, so I did that. The Ruin Sharon, not Ruin, that's actually it's a long story. That's the kit that I bought. That is a European Radar Shaban prototype station. I'm going to use it in Sharon. So I'll show that scene. That's going to take a little bit of work to get that done, but I want to get that done as well. Paint silver, okay, yeah, and just get some Pensy position lights ready to go and get installed. Finish the Dorn Rapido RDC3, which I have the decoder in, the Keep Alive in, and the interior in. I did a video on that a while ago. It's just that the truck clip has, I think because I was taking on and off, is broken and the truck falls off. Well, Rapido sent me the part, so I have everything to fix it. I just haven't been too damn lazy to do it, so I want to get that done. And then this, get at least one DCC decoder installed. I got a bunch, TCS wow sounds for diesels. I have everything. I have a lot of the locomotives actually torn apart, wheels painted, side frames done, under frame painted, weathered. I just need to get the bravery up to do that. So that's one of the things I also want to do. Fix the Voney supply. I'll show you that. That's something got broken during one of the times I was walking around, and I bashed it before I put up a protective plexiglass. Detail parts, just do a whole bunch of that because I need it for some detail scenes coming up. Work on that and get all the signals ready or installed. Maybe not all installed. That's a lot of work. But I at least want to get everything ready, painted, know where they're going to go. The shims, that is signal head interface module. The real easy way to connect from the signal, the really tiny wire that comes off the signal, to the resistor board before it goes back to the CMRI board. So that's what I want to do there. Now in terms of some other videos I might like to do, I might want to get some thoughts on this. This is just kind of my thoughts. I don't know if people would even really care about this, but all right, so here's what I'm thinking. It's been a while since I've done anything to show the current layout. So I actually have like a couple video sequences I think I could do just to keep them short. And short. And you know, in my world, short is like, you know, an hour. So start off, you know, with a video that's the current layout. Just the way it is now. An overview, the arrow, the location, ops, the wireless, the DCC system, how it's controlled, power, track, turnouts, minimum radius, all that kind of stuff. The mainline run, how long is it, which I need to calculate. What I did for the backdrop, the bench work, the scenery, the grades, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of what the layout is right now. Then do another one. Where does the layout currently fit in the real world? You know, I've kind of migrated. The reason I did a lot of the changes that I did, or to make it more operationally effective, I guess is a word, more conducive to operations. Well, okay. Well, how did I do that? How does it fit in the real world? What's the concept? Have you had operating sessions, and how did they go? You know, that kind of stuff. And then, all right. Now this one I'm not sure about, but this would be a history of layout 1, layout 2, and layout 2.5. I'm calling it. The current version being 2.5. What was the original concept of the layout? And just to go back, layout 1, I don't have a lot of information on. a photograph or two here or there, but I don't have the track plan for it. I don't have any videos of it. It was way back before we were doing all that stuff. So I can't do a lot on the history of the layout when I can kind of describe it. Layout 2 starts off when I came back from Afghanistan, and Steve and I totally tore everything down and started with. That's where the videos on the channel all start with layout 2, and 2.5 is the kind of the major changes for operations. So talk about that, you know, the time scale, when was the original, when was the new, when was 2.5 started and finished. You know, talk about major changes in the I added the engine terminal, the cold dock, and that kind of stuff. And then, oh, mistakes, a big one, because I made plenty of mistakes. And I'm not afraid to mention them because that's how you learn. So that might actually be more helpful to anybody. You know, you watch a nice polished video, it's like, that's great, but what'd you do wrong? That's the important stuff. And then another video that I may or may not do is kind of, you know, more about me. The channel's got a little bit bigger. I've really never talked about myself, my history, you know, pet peeves, the YouTube concept, the future of the layout, and the expansion. You know, what do you think about the NMRA? Maybe some questions and answers. You know, why you're so lame, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. So I guess, you know, any thoughts on the proposed videos? That could take a lot of work. And I want to make them pretty nice videos. You know, have the track plans and try to really document what I did. So those 4 videos could take quite a bit of work. I'm not saying like it'll all get done this week. Well, in fact, they won't. But if that's of interest to anybody, let me know. It may or may not, or which one may or may not be of interest. All right, let's look at some of these wonderful things that we're going to try to do here. All right, quickly, here's some of the things. There's the RDC3. These go together. Here's some of the detail parts. These are some of the shipping crates from Rusty Stumps I want to get together. As an example, there's a tore down, I think a Stewart F3 set, AB set, torn down. Everything's painted, weathered, ready to go. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of some of that stuff. This is part of the station that I'm building. I'll show you that quickly. So those are some of the items there. And let me pause real quick and walk out to the layout. All right, on the way out here, the freight cars to be finished up. Like I said, I started these 2 tank cars, 4 box cars. They're all done with the simple weather technique. Trucks are all done. Everything just needs to be reassembled and do whatever additional weathering I feel like doing. So I like to get those 6 cars done and back on the layout. All right, here's the ammonia supply with the broken conveyor. You can see I got the plexiglass up now because I walked by and I whacked on it one time. That's got to be fixed. It just needs to be reassembled and glued up. So I want to try to get that done as well. Okay, number 1 priority, Wallace Junction. This is the new spur track that I added, and I maybe throw some clips in as background so you know what in the world I'm doing here, because I realize I haven't posted anything on that. But I want to get this scene done. I scratch bashed that. I do have some information on that. I didn't do a whole video, but I can do a little segment on that. Added a new spur track to come back. This is going to be a public track. There's going to be a little bridge crane here. Just a little bit more variety, again, some more operations. The creamery, ice house are in. I added the hill here to come up, so I need to get all this done, scenic. You can see I'm trying something here to show the track being all covered with earth. Got a new turnout installed, and that's done and ballasted. So this is what I really want to concentrate on. Back in here is what I'm talking about with the 3 boxes of super trees. I have some commercial trees, some commercial bushes, filigrane bushes. So I'd like to get this done for a couple of reasons. A, give a bit of a view block between Wallace and Lake City. And also, I'd like to get that done so I don't have to be reaching over this or in Lake City to get back there to do it. You know, it makes sense to get that done first prior to reaching. So we'll see. But I really want to get this. I'm looking forward to this. I love doing this kind of stuff. So this I want to definitely get done and get this scene completed, as well as, you know, kind of 1A, get all those trees, the background trees done as well. All right, this mess of a situation is the Sharon Station area. That's the kit. kit by MOBA Art. Probably very few people have heard of it. It's a European, like I said, prototype on the Raider Shaban, which is the 1 meter narrow gauge line in Switzerland. I just love this station. I've done some stuff to it to kind of Americanize it. Anyway, but what I want to do is get this in, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because I also want to have, that's this cool platform at the end that I like, which I want to extend to both the main line and the line that goes into staging. So I got to figure out how am I going to do that, keep everything level. What do I want to put on this? Concrete, brick, block, I don't know. Do I want to detail the outer edge of it? How am I going to make the platform get in, close to the tracks? How far do I want the platform to go? So you can see I got some stuff out. I'm trying to play with it. And then this scene, I'd like to get, the road brought back in. Again, get this all scenic up. Get the ballast done up into here. So basically, I'd like to get the ballast done from back around the corner there, up through the turnout, into the double track. You can see I got some of the Penske position light signals are installed there. They're not hooked up yet, but they're in. And I really want to get this area done. I can't go too much further because I got to work back here on the factory and everything else going on back in Sharon, but that's later. That's not for this week. So that is the major items that I want to get done this week. So let's see what happens. More to come. Maybe throughout the week I'll go ahead and post mini updates. Short. Yeah, but for me, short's probably be like a half hour. But we'll see. I want to take advantage of this time. I can't work. They tell you, we got several emails from my boss and from human relations that you will not turn on your computer. You will not check email, voicemail, texts. You will not answer email, voicemail, text. So, okay. You don't want me to work? I'm not going to work. I can live with that for a week. So, all right, more to come. Let's see how we progress and if I can actually get those 10 items done.